Hi everybody, Dan Illman Matt Bernier. It's Florida Derby Saturday, and we've got last year's Kentucky Derby and Florida Derby winner running on the undercard. It's Always Dreaming. He's the headliner in the Grade 2 Hardacre Mile. If you want to bet that race, if you want to bet the Florida Derby, if you want to bet the Gulfstream card, there are the details. $150 sign-up bonus for new DRF Bet subscribers. DRF.com/join is where you need to go. Please type in the promo code TV150. Let's take a look at this field. They're going a one-turn mile for the Gulfstream Park Hardacre Mile. Again, carded as race number 8. Matt, it's Always Dreaming. He loves Gulfstream. He got good here last year en route to winning the Derby, and then his form just fell off a cliff.
Yeah, boy, you're not kidding. He really just completely fell apart. There was no sort of indicative effort after the Derby of what he had shown in South Florida. You look at the Preakness disaster, the Jim Dandy. I know it doesn't look terrible running third, but that may have been the worst effort of all three of them. And the Travers at that point, who knew what you were going to get out of him, and he didn't pick his feet up. He's been for over 180 days now. You're going to have to hope that Gulfstream, the home cooking, is enough to get him back to his winning ways. I don't know about you. I'm of the opinion you can have him. I want no part of him on Saturday afternoon.
His post-Kentucky Derby form gave his connections ulcers. It appeared Always Dreaming came down with ulcers after that race, which led to this long layoff. His Travers, you're right, was an unmitigated disaster. True, he was prompting a very good horse early in the wire-to-wire winner West Coast, but he looked very uncomfortable on the turn when he was surrounded by other horses. He backed up willingly, turning into the stretch. Timeform U.S. Pace Projector respects this horse's speed, however, and they've got Always Dreaming out there on the lead. It'll be interesting to see if Conquest Big E will be able to run with them early. As we throw up the Timeform U.S. Pace Projector, we have Always Dreaming in front. Mr. Jordan's fast. Conquest Big E's fast. I think Always Dreaming would love to have Conquest Big E make the lead for him, but Conquest Big E has been slow from the gate in his last two.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I mean, I know you're down to the inside, but you can only do so much. If the horse gets to the front, so be it. But I don't know that he's necessarily going to be breakneck guns blazing trying to get there. Mr. Jordan is, to me, the interesting one if you're looking at a pace situation. Because stretching out from 6.5 back to a mile, this middle distance, probably a little bit better suited for him. It's going to be interesting to see what John Velasquez does. If I were him, I would break and just say, come and catch me.
As for Mr. Jordan, he is 0 for 11 lifetime at Gulfstream Park. 11 miles to the west, he's the king at Gulfstream Park West. But oh, what a difference 11 miles make. Couldn't really see the excuse in the Gulfstream Sprint last time out. Maybe it was a little bit short. I mean, he got some pace. He just sort of ran around there.
Yeah, I think the distance was a little bit too short for him. Gets back to a more favorable middle distance, but I agree with you. He just wasn't good enough. You go 2 starts back, distance was too far. I think getting to this flat mile, one turn, this is going to be beneficial. Still don't know if he's good enough. We've
got the Derby winner. We've got last year's Belmont Stakes runner-up. And the number 4 Irish War Cry figures to be vying for favoritism with Always Dreaming. He has the important recency over the Derby winner. He made his 2018 debut in the Howell's Hope Stakes. I know there wasn't a fast pace on tap, but Irish War Cry, probably a little bit of a short horse as a starting off point. I think he ran okay to be second.
Yeah, I think he ran just okay, if I'm being fair. I thought he had every opportunity. Maybe he was a little bit short, needed a race to tighten him up a little bit. Graham Motion has got an uncharacteristically negative formulator fact. Past 5 years dirt, second after the late graded stakes. He's 1 for 17 with a 63-cent ROI. I expected him to just roll by down the lane, and he didn't. I don't know if it was a matter of economic model digging in. You'll also have the benefit of having seen economic model run over by earlier on Saturday to use that as a bit of a barometer. But there's just a part of me that says, you know what, the newly turned 4-year-olds, him, Always Dreaming, I don't want either one of them.
You could argue that Conquest Big E had way more trouble than Irish War Cry last time out in the Howell's Hope. Once again, he broke slowly. He tried to rush up down towards the inside. He was checked and bounced off the rail twice, leaving the backstretch and entering the turn. And at that point at Gulfstream Park, there was just no way he was going to make up a lot of ground. My problem with Conquest Big E is I kind of feel he's a bit exposed at this level. Irish War Cry probably has some upside second start back. And I wonder now, 2 slow starts in a row, do you feel that's an indicator of a horse going off form?
Well, I think all the reasons that you had laid out with the Howell's Hope, I just want to draw a line through it. I don't think he actually got to run his race. The Hooper, I think, is more indicative of his better efforts. The question now is, do you think you get one of his best efforts, because I think you are correct here looking at it saying, is he really this good, or is he a notch below some of the better ones? I have to be honest. I think from a multi-race standpoint, though, he's going to offer tremendous value if you believe in him.
Boy, it was good to see Paige McKenney, the 8-year-old, get back to his winning ways last time out, scoring for the 21st time in his storied career. He's banked almost $1.8 million, and he made a big 3-wide move on the turn, took that thing over with about a quarter mile to run, and then kept right on rolling. It was against much weaker horses, but it's good to know this horse still has it in him, and he's got a ton of back class.
I tell you what, visually, he was awesome winning that race. Now, the question is, do you think turning back from mile 16th to one-turn mile is going to be within his scope and within his range? I'm also curious to find out where he's ultimately going to be positioned. Breaking from that outside, do you try to press the pace? Or are you content coming a few lengths off of it? No matter what, he's an easy horse to root for. I don't know if I love him Saturday, but you hope for nothing but the best.
Todd Pletcher has Always Dreaming. He also has Tommy Macho, who looked good winning the aforementioned Hooper. And we have a positive formulator fact for Todd. Past 3 years, older last out winning dirt routers off this moderate-sized layoff. Todd giving Tommy Macho plenty of time to recover from the Hooper. That's 40% wins, a 326 ROI for a horse with good tactical speed, a good outside post position, and we remarked after the Hooper, boy, it's the best we've seen him in a while, as we take a look at our top selections for this race.
Yeah, you know what? I have to be honest with you. We said it after the race. I'm going to say it now. If he runs the Hooper, I don't think he's losing this race. Now, the question is, does he do everything the way that he did in the Fred Hooper, where he changed leads for the first time in 100 years? But he just looked so good doing it. I thought it was the best he's looked, arguably, since he was a 3-year-old. If he runs that race, I think he is strictly the horse to beat. Irish Warcry has the upside. Always Dreaming has upside as well. Let's be honest. We don't know what we're going to get out of him. To me, Tommy Macho at Gulfstream Park, he shows up and he comes with his A game no matter what it is. To me, he's strictly the horse to beat, and I'll have him singled in any sort of multi-wagers.
Very bold opinion on the 5, Tommy Macho, considering some of the big names in this race. He is 7-2 on the morning line. Like you, I was expecting Irish Warcry to go by in his first start of the year. We'll see how good Economic Model is. He'll have his race in Dubai Saturday morning prior to the Hardacre Mile. I think he will improve second off the layoff. I think there will be some hitting up front. I've always been more of a fan of this horse, I think, than you. One more chance for me with Irish Warcry. 4, 6, 5, and 2 in the Grade 2 Hardacre Mile. Again, if you're playing this great card at Gulfstream, no better place than with DRF bets at home. $150 sign-up bonus, drf.com/join, promo code TV150. Approximate post time for Always Dreaming's return to the races in the Hardacre Mile. Race 8 at Gulfstream, 3 o'clock Eastern. Good luck.